Hello everyone, this is Megha Pathak from DPS Alwani Lamajor and I'm going to teach you Bio for grade 10th. And children, you must be thinking that is there any change in your syllabus? So I would like to tell you that there is no change in your science syllabus. It is same as it was earlier. And I will tell you syllabus of Bio. This is the syllabus of grade 10th Bio for the session 2020-21. So, in your syllabus, chapter 6, life processes, and chapter 7, control and coordination, and chapter 8, how do organisms reproduce, and chapter 9, heredity and evolution, chapter 50, earth environment, and chapter 60, management of natural resources. This is the syllabus of Bio and we will start from the chapter 6, life processes. So children, we are starting our first chapter, life processes. So first of all, I would like to tell you the contents of this chapter, means whatever things we have to study. So first we will study about what are life processes. Second point is nutrition, and third topic, that is different modes of nutrition. And topic 4, nutrition in amoeba, nutrition in human beings, then respiration, transportation and excretion. So these are the topics that we will study in this chapter. Children, we see different things around us, and some of them are living things and some of them are non-living things. And living things are alive, they have life in them. But what is the criteria to decide the thing is living or not? So first of all, you must say that things which can move on their own, they are living things. And living things, they have life in them. And suppose we are sleeping, because we are living being. So if we are sleeping, we are not moving. Are we not alive? We are still alive, because you say I'm breathing. It means I'm alive. And what about plants? Plants, they cannot move from one place to another, but they also show movement. Like touch me not plant. Whenever we touch its leaves, their leaves get curled. And plants, they show movement in the form of growth, because they grow. So their growth is their movement. It is growth related movement. So these are visible movements which we can observe. And there are some small scale movements which are invisible to naked eyes. So these movements we cannot see through our naked eyes, but these movements are also shown by living organisms, and these movements occur at molecular level and molecular movements. You must be thinking why these invisible movements are important, or the criteria should be only the visible movement. So now let's study about these invisible or small scale movements, because these movements involve supply of nutrients and energy to the various body cells and organelles. Second, removal of waste products like carbon dioxide and urea. And third, repair and maintenance of cell organelles, cells and tissues. So these are small scale movements which occur in the body of an organism which is alive. So children, in third point, repair and maintenance of cell organelles, cells and tissues, means molecular movements are important for the maintenance of cell organelles, cells and tissues. See, living organisms, they are well developed structures. They are very ordered and developed structures. So their maintenance, and due to the effect of environment, this ordered nature of the structure keep breaking down. And if this happens for times, so living organisms will not be alive more. So to stop this, there is a system which keep, repairs and maintain this structure. That's why these movements are very important. So now next point is life processes. So the various activities which are essential for the maintenance of life are called life processes, or the processes that are necessary for an organism to stay alive. These are called life processes. Living organism, whenever we see some processes occur in their body which are very essential to keep him alive, these are called life processes. And we stay alive when this structure get maintained. So children, let's concentrate over here. These maintenance processes are required to prevent damage and breakdown, and it needs energy, and this energy organisms take from the outside of the body in the form of food. And most of the food sources, they are carbon based. Most of the food sources, they are carbon based, and in most of the organism, this food gets break down in the presence of organisms. I've said most of the organisms, not all. In all the organisms, this food gets break down in the presence of oxygen. Now this process is called respiration, and this was when the organism, it takes food and utilizes it. It is called nutrition. So you have seen this nutrition and respiration, they are interlinked, and this respiration required oxygen, and so there should be a system which transport all this oxygen to all the cells and tissues. So for this, transportation system is present in the organism, and due to respiration and digestion, some waste product generates in the body of an organism. For this, there should be an excretory system for the removal of all the waste products. So you have seen what are the main life processes: nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. So in this chapter, we will study about these processes. So children, now you must be thinking like we are multicellular organisms. So we have well developed structure, we have well developed organs, an organ system. So now you must be thinking, what about unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, because they are single celled organism, and in them a single cell act as whole individual. They don't have specific organs for the intake of food, for taking in oxygen. So how these processes occurs in them? See, in these organisms, their whole body is in the direct contact of their environment where they live. So taking in of oxygen, it occurs with the help of process diffusion. By diffusion, they take oxygen, and in the same way, they carry out all these life processes. And why this is not possible in multicellular organisms? Because in multicellular organisms, all the body cells are not in the direct contact of their environment. That is why by diffusion, these processes are not possible, or diffusion is not sufficient. So children, today we will do till here, and now it's the time to give you homework. So you have to do these in-text questions, and this is page number 95, and these questions you have to do in your fair notebook.